CS2 player models have a lot of interesting quirks and features. Today we're going to break down some of the things that make them so unique, and you might learn a couple of cool tips and tricks along the way, so let's get right into it. Fingers aren't actually a part of the hitbox, so if you see them sticking out, you might want to go for the wall bang or a pre-fire instead. Did you know that you can appear to be floating in midair if you're standing on the edge of an object? It works particularly well in the corners of objects, and some of these are absolutely insane. This one's really good for holding B main on Anubis, and then there's this absolutely gnarly angle that Alexi B likes to use on Cat if you can get a boost from a teammate. But seriously, this works on every single ledge in the game. You just have to look down at your feet and you can tell if you're floating or not. Nades on your belt actually show up in the exact same order that they do in your HUD, so if you're able to sneak up behind somebody, you can actually tell what utility they bought as long as they don't have an incendiary or a Molotov. Unequipped primaries will react to movements such as strafing or going up and down stairs. The height of your arm actually changes depending on how far you're going to throw a nade, so you can use this to see what kind of nades your teammates are lining up. If you're carrying the C4, be careful how close you're standing next to a wall because the light on the back can actually reveal your position. Most people know that Valve added blinking to player models, but did you know that you blink every single time you fire? Be careful how much you spam the Defuse Key because you might end up on a registry or two. Player models will actually lower their hand depending on how flash they are, so that's why sometimes an enemy can have their hand in their face, but you still get destroyed by them. The C4 and knife running speeds are the exact same, but your player hitbox is actually slightly smaller with the C4 in hands because your arms aren't sticking out all wide. So if you don't plan on knifing anyone, it might actually be beneficial to keep the C4 in hand. Did you know that there's multiple pull-out animations for every single weapon type? Equipping your primary weapon will either pull it above your shoulder or below your shoulder, but both of these will reveal your position by raising your head above the object. So if you want to avoid this, you can crouch before equipping your primary and you will always pull it from under your shoulder. One of the hardest enemies to take down in the game is somebody facing away from you. This is because when you hit them in the head from behind, they'll lean forward, making it impossible to hit the second shot accurately. So you'll probably want to go for a body shot on the second shot, or just skip the headshot and go for the body instead. Also, if you're ever worried about the enemy having the shadow advantage on you, just remember you can look down and see your shadow. This video was pretty short, but it took a lot of time to make, so if you could drop a like and also comment what you think down below, I would really appreciate that.
This game looks like ass.